Hi, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your quickie read for the first weekend in May, beginning Friday, 5/3. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com. It will all be in the description along with the timestamps of each sign. So you can watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. They're going to be quickie. So it's just for fun. This is a general reading, so I do suggest watching your moon and rising sign just to give you a little bit of info as to what's going on. And I'd like to say super quickly, thank you so much for all your likes, shares, and subscribes because it really helps me know what kind of content resonates with you and what you'd like to see more of. So thank you. I will get to your reading now. Let's just get going with Aries. What do we have for Aries for this first weekend in May? The Star. Anything you want to be, do, or have. Oh, let's see if we can get a little less clear. Anything you want to be, do, or have is available to you. So dream big this weekend. I like that. And the High Priestess. So your intuition is running pretty high as well. I don't know if you can tell, but doesn't this weekend feel different? Doesn't it feel like a huge weight has been lifted? I almost feel like that shadow period after the Mercury retrograde was worse than the retrograde itself. I don't know. But anyway, this just feels so much better this weekend. So you have an opportunity to really dream big, and then you also have your intuition, which is telling you kind of what the way to go will be. I think you're going to know if you have an opportunity to follow a certain dream or passion of yours, it's going to hit you like right here, and you're really going to know that that you can, take the leap, make the jump. You do have the Moon card, which this to me feels past. So it feels, let me see if I can make so you can see this. It feels past energy. It feels like you were feeling like almost like you were being dumbed down or dimmed down by something, and now your like intuition is just singing along. This says to me in the you are. I feel like this is like an awakening for you. Like you're like, whoa. Almost like you've been just beaten down into something, and now you're like waking up and you're like, whoa, I got all this stuff I want to do. And your intuition's like telling you like, this is what's going on. You really are feeling confident in what you think now, where I think that during that shadow period of the retrograde, everybody, Aries in general, was really feeling like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like just a major level of confusion was going on. And you also have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is all about looking at things from a different perspective. So, like I said, this seems like a complete 180 from where you were. You were feeling just kind of like, dumbed down. I don't know what to do. I don't even care about what to do. And now you're like looking at dreaming for all these things that you want. Your intuition is feeling, it feels like you're plugged back in. That's what it feels like you're plugged back in. So enjoy this weekend. You've got some interesting stuff going on, right? All right, let's move on to Taurus. First weekend in May. Oh, I hope this is an indication for everyone. Taurus, first weekend in May. You start out with the Strength card. So let's get a little more information on that. I love the infinity symbol over this because it just means that whatever amount of strength you need is completely and entirely available to you. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. You're making a choice this weekend, but you need to use your strength so that you stay choosy, because the Seven of Pentacles is about being choosy. Notice that he's got this rod he's leaning on, right? Rods and wands are signs of action. And there's a pentacle sitting right down there that he's not picking up. That's because it's not the right thing. So I'm feeling like this weekend is all about you being presented with some different options and you needing to be strong and not settle. Use that strength you have. Do not settle for just whatever's thrown your way, because you will not be happy in the long run with that. So this is a weekend for you, my Taurus friends, for being choosy. What I heard was don't just lay up with anybody. That's what I heard. So I'm sorry if you find that offensive, but sometimes I hear things and it is what it is. Okay. Yeah. You've got the Magician. The Magician is all about everything is available to you. So don't don't feel like you got to settle for this pentacle on the ground, because everything is available to you. So why don't you be a little choosy? And the other The other two cards that came out, and I wouldn't usually make this long, but this is just too good not to share, is the Eight of Pentacles. Like, you've worked too hard on yourself to just get on up with anybody that kind of rolls in, you know? Like, you have worked way too hard. Other people are starting to see the changes that you have made, whether it's emotionally, physically, whatever it is, and you're like exuding this vibe of like, hey, and everybody is noticing. So that's what I'm saying. You don't need to settle for this on the ground pentacle over here, because you kind of got it going on. And the other card that came up is the Two of Cups. So yeah, you are super attractive this weekend, and I think you're going to have your pick of not just people to be with, but I'm just saying, like, just stuff to do in general. Like, you're kind of in demand. So be choosy about how you spend your time. Be choosy about who you spend your time with, okay? All right, we're going to move on to our Geminis. Boy, the energy is different this month, isn't it? Or this weekend. Gemini, what do we have for the first weekend in May? The World. Yeah. Everything is completely open to you. Whatever you want is yours to take. And you have the Three of Swords. So I feel like this is in the past, and this is the way that you can be now. Like, there were some things that hurt you and kind of put you in a funk. And I was just saying this to Taurus, that we really, Taurus and Aries, that Mercury retrograde, I think the shadow period was actually worse than the retrograde itself. And I'm feeling like maybe there were some things that kind of came to light, and they just made you feel funky and off. And you know what? That's done, and now this is where you are. You have this availability to kind of like decide, what do I want? Because I can do whatever I want. Like, you're seeing that. I feel like you were caught up in something that was upsetting to you, and now you're like, okay, I've handled it. Maybe you've put it in a little compartment and packed it away, and that's fine, but you don't have to live this. This is what's open to you. And then you got the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is about victory. So again, I feel like you have come through whatever this hurt, pain, guilt, sadness, you know, whatever it was. It was not really, it wasn't for you. At the time, maybe it was, but now you've moved on. And then you also have the Star. And the Star is about anything you want to be, do, or have. So you could choose to stay here. I mean, because this is your choice. We all have free will. You could choose to stay here and kind of wallow around in this sadness, in this pain, in this, because we've all had it. Or you can choose to say, look, the whole world's available to me. I have victory in whatever I choose to do. And like, oh, look, anything I want to be, do, and have, I can have. So this is a weekend for you also. I think it was Aries that got it as well, to kind of just dream big. Go do what you want. And yes, this pain probably will stay with you, whatever this is, but this is not the defining factor of your life. So if the pain is still there, and I feel like it probably is, just box it up and put it away, and you can get it out later. But right now, this is the weekend. It's time to have a little bit of fun. So try to pack that, whatever that was, away, and realize you've got a lot of things open to you, and you don't need to spend your time there. All right, we're going to move on to Cancer. Cancer for the first weekend in May. What do we have for our Cancers? The Ace of Cups, feeling open. You are the cups, emotional. There's some kind of gift being given to you. Let's get a little bit more clarification on this, though. Knight of Cups. Okay, so there's a gift coming to you regarding your emotions, regarding being open, and it's coming in hot. Like, you can't miss this. It could be a different, like a new relationship. It could be that, or it could be you're healing from something else that happened, and it's like, okay, this is the weekend. Like, make up your mind, make a decision, and go and live your life and be happy. Like, you can't be closed off forever. I'm kind of feeling that, like, maybe something hurt you, and so you kind of closed yourself off. Like, oh, okay, I'm not going to date anyone. I'm not going to go out and even not just romantic, but I'm not going to go out and be social. I'm not going to deal with people. I just, And Cancer, that's not who you are. It's not who you are. So let's get a little more information here. Yeah, it's a brand new time. Okay, you've got the Sun. Should I move this back so you can see? I didn't want there to be a glare. Let me move this back. Yeah, you've got the Sun, okay? So it's a brand new day. It's a brand new time, brand new way of being. Yes, you could have been kind of hurt. I don't like where that is. You could have been hurt. That's much better. But we've all been hurt, okay? It's time now. This is a new time. This is a new way of being. This is a new day, so enjoy this new day. And yes, whatever happened before, happened before. And like I said, I feel like you kind of cut yourself off maybe, and you were like, well, I'm never going to date again. Or I'm not ever going to open myself up to this again. And it could have been like even sharing with a coworker. It doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. It could be that you opened yourself up. Maybe you opened your home to someone and they treated you badly. Whatever it was, you were like, I draw the line. I'm not putting up with it anymore. Well, you know what? It's a brand new day, and not everyone is the same as whatever you'd experienced. So don't Don't let one bad experience ruin everything for you, because you are getting a new chance and you aren't going to be able to miss it. And with that Knight of Cups, you aren't going to be able to ignore it either. You got the Queen of Wands. So this Queen of Wands is all about doing what feels good to her. She is not in the mood to like care what other people might think of her. She doesn't care what people say about her. She's just going to do what feels good. So you know what? This weekend, when you have an opportunity to do something fun and to open yourself up for a new experience, take it, because who cares what people say about you, what they think about you? None of it matters. In the big picture, it's all about how you feel and how you portray yourself to you. Nobody else's opinion of you is your business, okay? All right, we're going to move on to our Leos. Leo, for this first weekend in May. First weekend in May, Leo. What do we have going on? We've got the Six of Cups. Ooh, let me move this. I think this is good. Six of Cups. And we have the 10 of Cups. So I feel like you're taking it back old school this weekend, Leo. Like you're just taking it back to some nostalgic time, and you're enjoying, like you're just getting out there and enjoying yourself. Like this Six of Cups is like young love, like a puppy love, like a nostalgic kind of love. Like I said, can be romantic or not romantic, but it's about like, even if there was something, like let's say you like to go and ride go-karts when you were a teenager, maybe this weekend you should go and do that. Like this is a time to feel young and enjoy that young feeling, and it's going to bring you this really a big, I feel like, keep hearing the word closure. Like you going out and enjoying yourself is going to bring you this kind of closure that you really, really need to move forward and enjoy your life. I feel closure and completion. So maybe you need to go experience that with someone else. And you do have the Two of Swords, so I think you've been ignoring this desire. I think this desire has been there for a little bit, and you've been ignoring it, or you haven't even seen it. Maybe you've just been so serious that you haven't opened yourself up to the possibility that you really could be happy. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Let's get one more for our Leos. Definitely want you to go out and have some fun. And you have the King of Cups. So yeah, this weekend is all about emotional fulfillment, having fun, just throwing yourself wholeheartedly into it. And I think you are going to come out the other side of this weekend feeling fulfilled, satisfied, happy. And like I said, I think you've just been kind of ignoring the fact that it's a possibility for you to really enjoy yourself and be happy. So go do that thing, Leo. All right, we're going to move on to our Virgos. What do we have going on for our Virgos this first weekend in May? Knight of Pentacles. This is you. You are the Pentacles. You know, just because you're not the first one out of the gate does not mean that you're not going to finish first, okay? I think it's been slow going for you. Something has been slow going for you. And I feel like you've been a little frustrated with that, but let's see what we get with it. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you have really been working hard toward a certain end or goal, and it's frustrated you to no end. Like you're just like, oh, so irritated. But after that, like I almost feel like it was like an upheaval. It just really, something just set you off, and you were trying so hard to make something different happen, and it wasn't happening, and it really wobbled you. And here you have like this upset seas and then these more calm seas. But the Two of Pentacles is kind of about like taking a breath and starting over. Like, yes, I get that this is not happening as fast as you'd want it to happen, but you know what? So what? It doesn't matter. Like this is not a race. I think that you've worked so hard and so long towards something that you're just feeling annoyed. But you do have the Magician, and the Magician is about everything is possible. There's an infinity symbol over his head too, which means everything that you need, the universe is willing to give you. So don't feel like you have to be the sole provider of everything for everyone all the time. The universe is like, hey, I'm here. What would you like? It is time for you to start manifesting things. And now that you've gotten yourself sort of settled back in, I think I feel like I want to say that you had kind of a tantrum, or you're feeling like you want to just have an all-out like toddler tantrum. Like you're just pissed about something is not happening as fast as you'd like, and you just want to like throw down your toys and just like have a fit. And you know what? If you need to do that, go ahead. And then when you're done doing that, get yourself righted around, you know, because you're not one to tantrum for too long, because, you know, you got things to do and you're very mature. So, like, get yourself righted around, realize the universe has got everything available to you, and start manifesting again, because that is one thing that you are very good at. Let's get one card to clarify we've got justice. Yeah, I love this. I love the Virgos. You've got justice, the scales of justice. It's all going to balance back out. Like I said, we're balancing back out here. So it's kind of like everything that you have done, all this work you've done is going to get brought to justice, and it's all going to work itself out. So as you move through this weekend, just know, listen, things don't always work out in the time frame that I understand. They don't happen as fast as I would like them to happen, but you know what? That's okay, because I'm going to right this ship around in my practical life where I can do it. And then you had the justice card come through too, and the universe is going to take care of the rest of writing the rest of it around, and you don't have to. So just know that things are going to work themselves out really nicely for you. We are now going to move forward to our Libras. First weekend in May for the Libras. The moon. Okay, so either you are not seeing something clearly or you haven't been seeing something clearly. We're going to find out. We got the justice card. So I think that maybe you haven't been seeing something as clearly as you'd like to see it, or you don't even know that, but the justice card does come into the picture, and I think this takes the veil off of something that maybe you were just not seeing something clearly, Libra. Let's get a little more information here. Okay, I've got 3 different cards that flew out. So first we've got the 4 of Cups. Let me move this back one so you can see better. Okay, we've got the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups is, he's sitting under the tree, like, I just don't care. Doesn't care, not interested. And I feel like because there was this veil of, like, confusion, I feel like you've been confused. Like, there was this kind of veil of confusion. You're like, you didn't really understand what was going on right now. The universe sometimes does a lot of stuff, and we see it come in, and we're like, what in the heck is this? And I think after a while, you just went, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to manifest anything. I'm not going to wish for anything. I'm not going to dream about anything. I just don't care because I don't understand what's going on. Things are not happening the way I want them to. And so I'm going to pout under this tree here, and I'm going to ignore everything. That's okay. That's okay. But the nice thing is we do have justice coming in here. And justice is like, yeah, all right then. You've had your little fit. You're bored or whatever. I'm going to take off this veil of the moon, okay? Because the moon is all about seeing things not quite the way they really are. So justice comes in. You got the scale here, gets everything balanced, takes this veil away, and you can really truly see what is transpiring and what is not, and it removes this boredom immediately. Now, beautiful card that comes with this is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is like, you cannot fool her. She has been through it all. She is tough. She's smart, and there is nothing you're going to say. She's like the Judge Judy of the tarot. If you ever watched Judge Judy, she's just like, the person says 3 words and she goes, you're a liar, and she's always right. That's the Queen of Swords. So you know what? The Queen of Swords kind of steps in with this justice card and says, okay, this veil is nonsense. You don't need to be confused. This is exactly what's going on now. Let's get back on the horse. Let's make some decisions. Let's do what we got to do. And then the other card that flew out with this was the Hanged Man, all about looking at things from a different perspective. So like I said, this veil of confusion, and I'm telling a lot of people this too, that retrograde that went on was tough, but the shadow period after it was like, it felt like a wet blanket just got thrown on it. It was almost worse than the retrograde itself. So I feel like now you got this veil being removed, that wet blanket being taken away, and now you can see things from a completely different perspective. And you're like, oh, duh. I almost feel like there's kind of an awakening with this justice card when it comes in and removes that filminess that you're like, how did I not see this? But either way, everything clears itself up this weekend, and like it writes you around and off you go. So we're going to move on now to our Scorpios. What do we have for this first weekend in May for our Scorpios? Ace of Wands. So this can mean in a dating sense, like a little bit of passion thrown in, possibly a new love opportunity, or just in general, taking some action toward something that you really want. But it's not about sitting on the couch. And you have the 4 of Pentacles. So, okay. There's a possibility that you've kind of like locked yourself down. This is usually financially, but what I'm seeing here is like in your practical life, like you've kind of been like, nope, I'm not going to do anything because I can't afford it. Like extreme austerity budget is what I'm feeling like. Maybe you had a little bit of a financial crisis upset, or even a love upset, whatever it might have been. And it just caused you to go, no, your excuse for everything right now is, no, I can't afford that. You know, do you want to go out and have a drink for happy hour? No, I can't afford that. You know, I'm on a budget. It's like your excuse for everything is I'm on a budget. That's like an excuse for you not to take action. But there are plenty of things that you can do and enjoy that don't cost you a whole lot of money. So I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, this might be just for one person. So, you know, watch your moon and rising signs because it's a general reading and it's just for fun for the weekend. But I feel like you've been using this as an excuse to not get out there and enjoy your life. Could just be for one person, but let's get a card here. Yep, okay. You've got the world is available to you. The world is open for you. There's some kind of opportunity that's like, hey, hello, I want you to see this. Hi, I'm right over here. And you're like, I can't afford that. I am not interested. Well, this is a time where, okay, you know, the world is available to you. You don't have to go out and like remortgage your house, but you do need to go out and have some fun this weekend. Please get out of the house. Even if maybe you can budget, you know, $20 for Saturday and $20 for Sunday, or $10 for Saturday and $10 for Sunday. Maybe you just go out and get like a Starbucks and sit in the park and enjoy yourself. Whatever it is, this is important. This lockdown is important, but you don't need to make it so austere that you are having no life. And that's kind of what I feel like the whole world is out there living its life, and you're like, well, I just don't want to play. I'm not interested in playing. Well, get interested, okay? Because this is your life. You also have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is telling me you're not being realistic. Or you weren't. The King of Swords is like, this is right and this is wrong. So whatever this is that you're going through, look at it completely from black and white. Not, well, I think maybe, or I feel like. This is not about anything like that. This is about what is real and what is not real. And like, are you going to starve to death this week? Can you still buy groceries? Yes. Okay. So let's, I feel like you need to just loosen up a little bit. Like usually Scorpios are up for a good time a lot of the time, but something has gone on and has made you feel a little bit, not like locked down. Something's just made you feel like, no, I'm just not going to, and this is why. And it's kind of not true. So get out there, have some fun. You don't have to break the bank, but please go out and enjoy yourself this weekend. All right, we're moving on to our Sagittarians. Oh, this one's coming out. I didn't expect it. Okay. Two of Pentacles, righting ourselves around, and the Six of Swords. So something has, it looks like it has kind of wobbled us a little bit, and we're kind of righting things around, but we're also going to change direction. So whatever has gotten you a little off course, you're like, okay, I see that, and I'm starting over. Not from scratch, but you're like, okay, I see kind of where the mistakes happened, so I'm gonna level the playing field here. I'm gonna get myself back in order in a very practical way. And then you have this Six of Swords, which is all about going from a place where things were a little wobbly to like something a little bit more calm. So this weekend, it might be a quiet weekend for you. I'm feeling like this could be a quiet weekend. We got the, some of the Aries and Taurus are going to go out and party. Just depends on, you know, where you fall within the signs. But check your moon and rising signs too, because they might resonate more. This definitely, you got the Justice card. So yeah, something has definitely been a little bit of an upheaval. You're getting things straightened around. You're moving to a calmer place, and it's the same thing that this card is saying to us too. But you've got this Justice card, and here she's got these scales. You're rebalancing the scales. She's showing up in a ton of the readings. Yeah, this weekend I feel is a little bit quieter for you. Like you're really not into like the crazy party scene this weekend. It's more about kind of reorganizing yourself, getting ready for May. You know, even though we're kind of in May, maybe you're a little late, whatever. I just feel like this is a weekend of more quietness, more quiet reflection. I'm not saying you don't have to be social, but I'm saying it's probably a quieter social weekend. Like you're not going to be out dancing till 2 a.m. It might be that you go over to your friend's house and watch movies, or you go play cards or something like that. It's a chill weekend. And the other card you've got is the Hangman. So time to look at things differently, and you are doing that. We already know that. We already know there's been a little bit of an upheaval, and you're this is a weekend of just kind of righting yourself around, taking a different approach to the way things have been, and changing to something different. You're just moving in a different direction this weekend, and it's going to be a more calm and more mellow weekend for you, which is all right. All right, we are moving to our Capricorns. What do we have going on for our Capricorns? Oh, here we go. Two of Pentacles. We just had that. You see me shuffle, okay? Two of Pentacles. So you like this, though. Writing things around, and look at you, end up with the Queen of Pentacles. A quiet weekend for you as well. Some of the signs are going to go out this weekend and just tear it up. And some of the other signs are kind of redoing everything. So you guys are in the same position. There's been a little bit of an upheaval, a little bit of a wobble, and you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to write these, these ships around. You can see the choppy water and the calmer water here. And then you get this Queen of Pentacles, who's a super good steward of everything she's given. She, pays her bills, has her budget in order. She knows she's already saving for Christmas. She's that person. And I think maybe you got a little off track. Unlikely for the Capricorns, but it does happen. You might have just gotten a little scattery, and you're like, okay, this weekend I gotta dial it back. I gotta reorganize, and I'm gonna get back to where I'm comfortable, back to knowing where all my finances are. Getting my, if you're even like I'm here, like getting my coupons in order. Like you're looking at your spending and you're looking at your finances. You're like, okay, I had a little fun, and now time to get things back in order. This could be also like at your work or at your house. Like maybe you've been having a lot of fun, and the junk room is really junky, or there's like laundry everywhere or whatever. It's time to get your physical, tangible life in order this weekend, and that's going to make you feel really great. Now, the cards that you got here were the Four of Wands, all about reestablishing a foundation, celebrating, just celebrating like harmony, peace, and you need this in your life. You are earth signs, you require this. Also, it doesn't mean that you have to sit home all weekend and work on your budget, but I think it's a mellow, chill weekend. Spend it with your family, with people that keep you calm and happy. I'm not saying you got to lock yourself in your office all weekend and, redo the books. I'm just saying it's time to kind of reorganize, and it's a mellow weekend for you guys. You've got the King of Pentacles too. And the King of Pentacles is all about getting things in order and really being in control of your environment, being in control of your surroundings, you calling the shots. And that's just all you're getting back to. Like I said, I think maybe over the last week or so, things might have gotten away from you just a little bit. And you're like, okay, just, no big deal. Time to just write things around. So mellow weekend for you guys. Get yourselves organized and enjoy your weekend with people that make you happy, not people that upset you and cost you a lot of money. Aquarius, weekend in May. First weekend in May, Aquarius, the Empress. You are just empressing all over the place, Aquarius. You are giving of yourself. You're nurturing other people. Like, not that that's a weird thing. I'm an Aquarius, I can say this, but it's been a lot of this. Like, you're kind of open and out there. Yeah, and you have the Lovers too. So you are really feeling super giving right now in this first weekend in May. You're feeling you got all the feels. And, people talk about the Aquarian detachment. We're not detached. We just feel things in a different way, and we carry all of our emotions in our little vessel, and we just don't pour them all over people. But right now, we're feeling pretty generous. We're like, let me fill your cup. Oh, let me fill your cup too. We're really feeling it. And yeah, you got the Hanged Man. So this is I'm feeling like this is an out-of-body experience for you. Let me flip this the right way. It's like an out-of-body experience. Like, you're like, who am I right now? Like, I feeling a little smushy, a little emotional, I'm all pay it forward. And you're like, who am I? But this is actually, Aquarius, who you are deep down inside, and you're terrified to let this person out because you don't want them to get just smacked down by life. This is really who you are, way underneath it. It also depends on your rising sign. Like, I'm a Cancer moon, so I've got all these feels, like way stuff down, and I'm a Scorpio rising, so I still have all these emotions everywhere, and I'm always stuffing them back into the little jar I'm carrying around. So I don't know, definitely watch your moon and rising signs, but I'm feeling like you're feeling pretty generous, you're feeling pretty open, you're loving love, you're loving your partner. If you don't have a partner, you're like, I like you for a partner. You're just putting yourself out there, which is a totally different perspective than what you're used to. Now, you also have the Justice card. And I want to, here, see the little scales? You're like, your smart brain comes in and goes, yeah, okay, this is all wonderful. This, like, let me hippie peace and love you. But your Justice card comes in and goes, yeah, okay, that's great. The weekend of peace and love has been super But let's not forget who we are. We have business to handle, and that's the Justice card. She comes in and goes, okay, you know, you've paid it forward. You've had your peace and love beads, and, you know, you've meditated out in the meadow, or, you know, your once a year hippie weekend. And she's going to come in and go, yep, okay. Now, what do we need to get done? Because I think that's also what's going on for you guys, is that there's definitely some things that need to get done. And as much as you are nurturing and enjoying all of this, don't get yourself out of balance to where you are not nurturing the other part of yourself that really enjoys like organization and keeping things in order and all of that kind of stuff. So just balance it out. Balance your peace and love out, okay? All right, and a quiet weekend for you too. I think a quiet weekend with people that you really like. We're going to move on to our Pisces. Last but never least, our Pisces. Ace of Pentacles, opportunity coming for you this weekend. Let's see where this opportunity is arriving from. Sorry to end the sentence of the preposition there. Ace of Wands. Wow. You have got opportunity and passion on the front this weekend. So this can, I mean, it can be passion love or it can be passion action, but you are being presented with something that looks really good to you, and it can be this could be an opportunity that increases you financially or increases your home in some way, helps you feel more connected. You do have the Eight of Cups, so I feel like if you are to accept this opportunity and move in this direction of your passion, you will be moving toward some things that are different for you, but there will be some things that are left behind. And like, you know this already, like you already know this needs to happen, and I think that you're like on board with that happening, but it's a little bit of a reality check that you can't take it all with you. That's what I'm hearing, is you can't take it all with you. Like, you can't continue to be all the things you are now and then go do this new thing and still be all the things you are now. And yeah, again, you've got another Ace of Pentacles. So there's some kind of huge opportunity coming for you this weekend. And watch your moon and rising signs. You might get a little bit more clarification on this. It definitely can be on the love front, but if it also could, this could just be a passion of yours. This could be some sort of passion that you have, and it could be in a hobby or a side gig that you have, but whatever it is, explore that this weekend. Know that as you put more time and effort into this passion, that there will be some other things that you just can't fit in your life anymore, and that's okay. Walk toward this passion thing, because you've got two Ace of Pentacles here. You've got the confirmation that there's a huge opportunity for you. So I really look forward to hearing what this is for you, Pisces. I'm thinking of a couple of my Pisces friends, and I'm wondering, what do you have going on? You better update me. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Enjoy this first weekend in May, and I will talk to you soon.